Hi Virgos, how we doing? I hope we're doing well today. All right, we're going to be doing your reading from the 20th to the 26th. We're going to be using the yin yang. There's probably should be a trigger warning on these, but we'll see what happens. All right, so take what resonates, the rest, and be for sun, moon, and rising. So make sure you check out your other placements. Maybe get a bigger picture. What do we have going on for Virgos this week? That one flipped out over. Ooh, nostalgia. So maybe we're looking back at the past a little bit. You know, maybe there's someone we're missing, or maybe, we're just looking into our past, trying to put some distance in that. So maybe needing to take a break or a moment with decisions on the bottom. So I feel like right now you may be contemplating the past, whether you're going through dealing with childhood events or even just an ex or something along with that, especially if there's been some distance or time out with that situation. It might be something you're retreating from. It might even be somebody that you've blocked out of your distance for the moment. But I feel like it's also about maybe working through some of your past issues. We have the Knight of Wands, maybe focusing on, I'm going to learn where this camera's at eventually. The Knight of Wands, maybe focusing on your own dreams and just kind of, I feel like, overtired. Maybe you just had too much on your plate right now. And it's time for you to take some kind of time out with a Four of Swords. Just kind of a breather. Maybe break down and relax this week. Right now I feel like currently you're kind of like stuck in a decision, which you do have decisions, contemplation. So you're deciding, and it has a lot to do with foundations, your home life, what you're willing to build, maybe career, that type of energy. And I feel like the universe is telling you to open up and just kind of pick a direction and where you want it to head. You have the Knight of Pentacles back here. It's like slow and steady wins the race. The more open you are, the less opportunities I feel like you miss. But definitely kind of like trying to make some kind of decision when it comes to solid structure in your life, whether that's your home, your career, business, creative planning, all the things coming out. And we shall take them. I got Page of Swords with the Devil. So you might be dealing with somebody who has very immature commotion. It might just be a commotion. Immature communication. It might be somebody that is kind of childish. This could even you be dealing with a child. But I feel like whatever that is pretty negative with that devil behind you. Could be dealing with a Capricorn, maybe an air sign. And it's telling you to, I feel like, let go of that energy, walk away from it, leave it out in the cold, focus on what the world has to offer you right now. And I really like that. So whatever decision you're making towards your own family life, your home life, your stability, whatever you're trying to build, your solid foundation with that Ten of Pentacles there. It has, I feel like, something to do with soulmates, the people you have in your life, family, friends, lovers, whatever that is for you. And there's probably been a lot of conflict and maybe even some competition going on when it comes to that. And I feel like this week is kind of like an exhausted energy of dealing with it. And it's like mapping out your own direction. Like, where do you want to build? Or where are you wanting to go? Because you're kind of just dealing with the anxiety of the situation. And this could just be you dealing with past traumas and trying to heal those. This could also be you dealing with somebody from the past that you're just, I'm not really sure I want to build there. There's love in my heart, but there's also a lot of conflict. Is this something that I'm willing to put the work and effort and see the slow and steady progress, or is it something that's going to be kind of stuck in my head continuously type of energy? So I think you are maybe needing to take some distance from whatever the situation is, especially if it's left you in some kind of emotional upheaval. And I feel like you're kind of pushing through that with that Seven of Cups in reverse. And this could be just you not really looking at the opportunities or the chances of something changing. We do have the Magician though. So I feel like whatever you're trying to manifest or whatever you're trying to bring is, I honestly just feel like it's kind of some inner peace at the moment. Ooh, happiness. So I feel like you're not going to look at any options that come to you this way. I feel like you're just kind of in this mindset of manifesting really what makes you content and happy with that 10 of Cups there. And maybe just going out with some friends, enjoying life and loving it. You know, I feel like you're spending less time worried about fear and just kind of being in your own zone this week with that Moon card here. It's kind of like lighting your own path, like you're taking a moment, you know, you're looking at all the regret from the past, the coulda, shoulda, wouldas with that 5 of Cups, and you're like, you know what? I'm going to get up. I'm going to keep moving. I'm going to keep building on what I want, and I'm going to have some faith this week. Ooh. Ooh, and I love that Tower being there. I feel like that's kind of like a shakeup in the energy. You're going to watch how it change when you change that perspective. Definitely a week of taking a moment, taking a break, maybe just kind of like working through whatever that nostalgia is for you. But I definitely like it. I didn't even grab you an advice card. We're not going to take all that. All right, give me one advice card, please. Or 2 or 3. See what comes out. Ooh, it says have willpower. So your advice this week is to have some willpower. Maybe put yourself in, I'm not going to say action because you kind of drive that own train, but a moment to take a break, and there is something that you need to have some kind of willpower with. You know, this might be the willpower to make a decision. It could be a willpower to make, I feel like a willpower to make decision. I'm going to stand by that. All right. For all of you there that are here for the little bitty love read, we're going to see what's going on. We're using the Dreamy Home fortune reading. All right. Let's see what we have going on for the beautiful Virgos in love. Ooh, okay. Anything else? Nope. All right. We have flute glasses. I like it. Maybe a good weekend to drink as long as you're over 21 and do it responsibly. Then we have fireplace. This could just be like a cozy day of maybe drinking some wine or just chilling out. You know, I don't know if you want to sit by your fireplace with how hot it is, but if you're down south watching this, this might be nice. So it says success, joy, and raise. You'll emerge victorious. Prepare for grand toast. Renewal, insight, and warmth. To embrace a new start, let old doubts rest in the quiet glow. I like it. So I feel like you're going to be successful. I feel like work is going to be really good for you right now. But I definitely feel like it's telling you to take that time out. Like maybe that's what you're needing, that willpower is. Maybe you've been go, 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 and you need to sit down and just like take a break and allow yourself to take a break. Allow yourself to have a little bit of fun. All right. One more, please. Maybe not. You've got 2 more. So we'll see what's going on. What is love or just a chase? So hopefully you're not out chasing anybody this week. Booty is not an apology. Don't use it as an apology. That's not healthy. This isn't love, it's attachment. So maybe that's kind of that nostalgia part. So maybe you're dealing with somebody that you were super attached with, right? And you're needing to break some of that attachment. And I guess maybe you need to ask yourself, are you chasing? Because you tend to, you push away the things you chase. Choose yourself first. I love that. I think Leo got that too. So you might have Leo in your chart. And this is my favorite. If they wanted to, they would. All right. So as far as love goes, I feel like this is a time for you to just kind of sit back, maybe allow things to heal, maybe focus more on your own successes. Don't use booty as an apology. Still maintain that's not healthy, you know? And if you are going through a situation where it is a breakup and you're kind of focused like on the past, coulda, woulda, shouldas, you know, maybe it's time to work on cutting that cord. And I feel like some of that nostalgia is allowing for that trauma to heal up a little bit. I didn't see the star card, but I definitely felt the energy. And a lot of this is about choosing you first. You know, who is it you want to be? Where do you want to go? You know, what is it you want this week? And it came back out again. If they would, let's say, if they wanted to, they would. And I shuffled the deck. All right, so strong message there. If they're not willing to put the effort in, should you really be willing to put the effort in? And I think a lot of it's about kind of like getting out of that ego mindset, allowing yourself to set some kind of boundary, and having the willpower. We did see that Chariot in there, to empower your own self. And knowing the fact that if they're not putting the effort in, maybe you should. Maybe you should be putting more of the effort into you. And maybe that's about that getting out and like sitting down and having a drink of wine with your girls, you know, taking your own leap of faith, but definitely letting go, leaving something in the cold. All right, my beautiful Virgos. I wish that was happier. I need to put a trigger warning on this, but I'm probably not going to. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And I sincerely hope you guys have a joyful week. All right. Bye, guys.